Welcome to Pull the Pin Already, War Room Edition. Back again as your host, Jim here, and joining me as usual.
Your co-host Nate. What's happening, Jim?
What's up, Nate?
I don't know. Working through some technical difficulties today.
Yeah, just for you guys out there, we kind of switched to recording platforms and we've been trying to work some things out. So bear with us, be patient. We're still going to give you the same show, the same content. If there's technical problems, we have to work them out. But until then, we're going to grab some headlines and tell you some stories that we're going to make up that are truth because that's what you do anyway. So that's what we're going to do. So either way, we apologize if there is technical issues. And if you have a problem with it, just bear with us because we'll get it all figured out soon enough. So Nate, anything new?
Just kidding. I can hear you.
You have no, like, I can hear your background noise.
Okay. Oh no, same old. A couple of days later, but same stuff going on. Life in general.
Well, wait, you got a visitor, so let's give a little shout out, little underwear man.
Kid gotta go to bed.
Yeah. So all right, well, cool. So this is obviously we're a little off base here because we had the technical difficulties, but we're gonna get into headlines because that's what we do here.
Oh, that's what it's about.
Are you ready?
I think so now. A little flustered by all the.
All right, first one. Biden avoids Trump's border wall and mistakes Salvation Army with Secret Service.
Are you starting with the Babylon Bee? This is not real. This is not a real headline.
I mean, you know what? Normally, I get your surprise face with certain things. This is my surprise that you don't think this is real.
I don't think this one. This one's got to be a Babylon. You're starting right off with the Babylon Bee.
Well, look. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how the Babylon Bee even exists anymore because everything they put sounds more real than what we're actually dealing with.
But Biden went down to the border this week.
Yeah, did you see it?
No, I just heard about it. I don't watch the stupid news because
Well,
I don't want to see him shaking hands with the Salvation Army, thinking it's his own Secret Service. Were they ringing the bell, or I think the bells are all gone.
Maybe he was digging through the clothes box.
They're trying to put him in disguise to get him out of there.
Well, it's really funny too because you think about it. Like I saw this, they actually Biden had people go down and clean the border up.
I heard that, yeah.
Where he was going to? What was he going to El Paso or something?
Yes.
And he tried. It was a photo op. They're saying like I wasn't there, so I can't say that. But does it surprise you?
No, not at all.
You know why would he even go down there if he's not going to look at what's actually happening? If he's going to have him clean it up, then why would we even bother going? You know what I mean? Just to say you went.
Maybe clean up America's bank account too and see how that works.
Yeah, well, I mean, the omnibus bill, there's no money going toward the wall or toward the security of the border or anything. It's all going toward the process. So maybe he had to deliver something to a mule. Maybe that's why he went.
Get him back across the border.
Or maybe he had word that somebody that was in that whole scandal he was doing over there with the bank and stuff, or maybe, they're coming through. He had to identify them, pick them out in the lineup. So.
Doesn't surprise me though. I mean, did I ruin it already by calling this the Babylon Bee, or this is an actual headline?
This is real, dude. This is real.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. This is real.
Oh my God.
But that's what's. But why are you surprised anymore? Like, I mean, come on. We've said this a million times, dude. The man's not running the country.
The dude has Secret Service around him every day, 24/7. He didn't notice a different uniform?
Yeah, dude, but he's walked. I don't know how he confused them. I really don't know because I didn't see that video, and I'm just gonna make it up anyway. But the point being is these gaffes, they're nothing new, dude. You know what I mean? They're not new.
And Democrats just let them fly by. If that was Trump doing something like this, oh, it'd be all over. They'd be hammering him how stupid he is. Look at this dummy. But yeah, Democrats just let something like this. Really, the Salvation Army. What the hell is the Salvation Army doing down there?
Collecting clothes? I don't know.
Or giving out clothes, maybe to the
maybe the migrants. Yeah, they're probably helping out the.
They're not illegals. What are they? Asylum
people
seekers?
Are not illegal. Yeah,
refugees.
People are not illegal.
No,
Don't you
people are
read the
not.
signs? They're
People are.
illegal.
You're right. People are not illegal. Their status is illegal.
Exactly.
Put it that way.
And they are aliens, so that could be true. Um, so yeah, so this is real and this is ridiculous and it's not surprising. And I just to the point again, we know this is not hypocrisy. We know none of this stuff. It's all like you point out. They'd be nitpicking Trump. It's a hierarchy. These people in charge literally think you're stupid, and they literally think that because they're in the right, doesn't matter what they do, you're wrong. It's not. It's they don't think it's hypocrisy. They don't see it as hypocrisy because you're wrong. Period. So whatever you do is wrong. Whatever they do is right, and that's all it is. And you're stupid for believing them.
That's how it works.
So, speaking of embarrassing yourself, let's move on to the next one. And this is your sports here too, because you like this. Steelers ripped by fans after player does mock CPR on field 1 week after Damar Hamlin collapse.
I did see that. That was very bad timing. Very bad timing. The guy fell down like. I mean, they were playing the game. He fell down. He didn't fall down. They just didn't know the play, and he fell over like he was tired. And another player came over and faked CPR on him.
Yeah, I saw it, and I don't think
Did
it
you?
was. Yeah, I don't think it was harmful in itself, but like you just said, bad timing. Because
Yes.
he probably would have did that if it didn't happen. Demar didn't collapse.
Yeah, I think so
He
too.
probably would
Yeah.
have done that anyway, but he probably wasn't even thinking. And we all know that these athletes probably. I mean, it's getting to the point. You tell me, it's getting to the point where, I used to watch basketball, but I hate basketball now because it's just a talent show, and football started to turn that way too, where players and teams rehearsing celebrations more than they're practicing their positions. I mean, it's like TikTok videos from the hospitals. You know what I mean? Like, go help a patient who's sitting by themselves get off the damn TikTok video. These people, these athletes now, I mean, I enjoy a little celebration here and there, impromptu stuff, but I'm really not a fan of all this rehearsed stuff. Are you? You enjoy this rehearsed gimmick stuff?
I like watching celebrations, but you're right. It's these teams that are getting their asses kicked when they create a fumble or get an interception and they go down and celebrate it. I'm like, dude, look at the scoreboard. That's
Right.
stupid to celebrate that. But if you're kicking someone's ass and you're winning, you're doing a good job, and you're celebrating with your team, okay, I'm fine with that.
Well, that's why I said the Hollywood stuff has got to stop. Because you remember, like, I don't know, you're not as old as me, but you remember, like, Mark Gastineau, the Jets guy, that defenseman who was like a monster. He would sack and he'd go, "Rrr." You know what I mean? That's like him trying to pump up his team. That's a like impulse, like impromptu celebration that I'm talking about. The fist bump. But all this
Yeah,
rehearsed garbage,
yeah.
it's just stupid. The pulling
The
out the cell phone,
the choreographed.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's all
just
yeah.
stupid to me. It's like you're waiting for the moment to happen. It almost, I'm gonna be honest with you, it almost makes me feel like football is not even real anymore. You know what I mean? Like there is some,
There's some planned games, I'm sure, by
you
refs.
know.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder, and I think if they keep going at this pace, they're going to ruin it. And hopefully, this embarrassment maybe tones it down a little bit. And I'm not just picking on football because they started doing this crap in hockey too. And I love hockey.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah, I think Colorado of all places would have these celebrations after every game. They do some unique little show for the fans, and it's a little cutesy, but they do it at the end of the game.
Oh, that's after the game though. That's fine.
Yeah. So at the end of the game, okay, we'll take that because it's the whole team that does it at the end of the game. But yeah, it's got to stop, I think. And this is why it's going to bite them in the ass with this stupid stuff. And there's only one, right? There's only one scenario.
Yeah.
So, all right, you ready for the next one? Because
I'm
we're
always
going to
ready.
talk about our favorite. We're going to talk about our favorite news station here. CNN legal analyst admits DOJ can't charge Trump over classified docs without charging Biden now.
That makes the most sense I've ever heard CNN say.
Right? You think this is Babylon B, right?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw he had some classified documents that have been found.
Yeah, from 2017, dude, in like an
Yes,
office in a
yes,
Philadelphia college or something.
yes, but He has asked for them to be returned, and he is returning them. Trump did not return his, so it's totally different.
Right, but it's not because Trump is a former president who has the authority to declassify. Biden was a vice president who shouldn't even have those documents in his possession.
I didn't hear that twist. That's a good one.
Oh, well, it's not a twist, it's the actual truth. Biden had no reason to have those documents because he doesn't have the authority to declassify anything.
Right, you don't have the authority to declassify them, but he has authority to be in possession just by
No,
being vice
not outside.
president.
Not no, he does not outside. That you know the whole deal with skiffs and all that stuff. Those documents stay in those areas. They're not to be removed. He doesn't just get to take documents like a president does.
The president shouldn't take documents either.
I agree, but that's not what we're talking about.
Oh,
Now, if the president declassifies them, then anybody should.
oh sure.
Them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If they're
Yeah,
declassified, then me and you should be able to see them.
exactly. Right. So I mean that alone is enough to say okay. But I mean the question here is 7 years. It was 7 years, 2017. How many years? 6 years ago. This was 6 years ago, and they didn't just find this today. You know that, right?
Oh, not that they found it recently.
No, they didn't just find this recently. And do you know? I even heard more. The college, it's in Philadelphia. This
Oh, it's
university,
Penn. Yeah, it's Penn. That was
think
Penn, I
tank,
think.
right?
Yeah,
This
Penn.
think tank, Penn gets more donations from China than any other college.
Oh, really?
So who has access to these documents?
Nobody. They were in his private office that was locked, I'm sure, with a guard.
Right. But you're right. But see, that's what I'm saying. So they're all over Trump, who has them in his personal house, which is guarded by Secret Service and a lock, which they came in and said, you need to change this lock. So he did. They raided his house for that. And this is like, oh, yeah, hey, we accidentally found this. Here you go.
Yeah, we're not gonna raid anything.
Crazy, dude. Crazy. It's just, it blows my mind. And like I said, it's not hypocrisy anymore. These people really just think they're superior.
But they don't have
just
to.
think-
They don't have to raid Biden because he is voluntarily giving it back. Trump was not voluntarily
No.
giving it back. So
Well, but first of all, he didn't have to give it back. Second of all, they knew he had it. So, and the point of the being is, though, is we don't know what Biden has. What does Biden have at his home?
exactly.
If he's got classified documents in his college that, other people have access to, what does he have in his house?
Yeah.
So, but right now he may be, because he's president, he may be able to get away with that. I don't know. But the
Well,
fact that these
he's
were,
gonna get away with it. So
well, yeah, you're right. He's going to get away with it anyway because they're in charge and they're the ones that say what goes. So, well, yeah. Any more thoughts on that? Because
we can get away with the next headline.
well, this is good too because this is kind of tying into it. Impeachment articles filed against failed DHS Secretary Mayorkas.
That didn't take long.
No, right? And long overdue, though. Well, their first order, I think, was to defund or
FBI.
defund those. I thought it was the IRS. Those IRS agents.
Oh, IRS. Yeah. Defund the
Yeah.
IRS and investigate the FBI. That's what I think I saw.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
'Cause I think the FBI had 14 whistleblowers or something like that were coming forward stuff, and nothing happened. So now the Republicans
Yeah.
said they're going to do something. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was defund the IRS. That's right.
Yeah, and this guy's part of it, man. We all know this guy is part of the whole deep state, and and the more I learn, like take a guy for Bill Barr. Now, Bill Barr, I didn't think he was a deep stater, right? But the more we're finding out that he knew, had access to, he could have brought out to light. He was worried about the Clintons, or he's a deep state coward. So
He wanted to live.
well, right. I mean, either one could be true, right? I mean, let's be real. I mean, if you think that there's not if you think there's not people out there that might, make you, hang yourself, I guess, you're wrong. You're wrong. That's
Very
the
true.
way you can ask Epstein because we all know
No,
Epstein.
no, you can't.
Well,
You can't ask him.
you can't if that was really him. I don't know. We don't even know. Honestly, let's be real. Let's be 100% honest. If these guards were sleeping and all this was happening, how do we even know it was really him?
We don't know it was Bin Laden that was killed either, do we?
That's my point, man. These people are showing their hands of how good they have on this whole game. I mean, they're showing their hands how good they have it. And we knew they were a threat to, was it Schiff, whatever his name, Schiff for Brains, whatever his name is,
Oh yeah.
Adam Schiff for Brains. He was the one that said, "Oh, you mess with the." Was it him that said you mess with the intelligence agency? They got 7 ways to sundown, whatever, to get you back. Like
Oh,
he
I don't know if
knows
he
the
said that or
power of
not.
these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a quote. I just don't remember if it was him, but there's a quote, and he knows. They know that this is possible. Now the public is starting to see what they're actually capable of. It's just getting them to believe it. That's the hard part.
Not a problem is I don't know how it works for a DHS secretary. If it's the same with the president, who votes to impeach him and who votes to say, yep, he needs to go. Is it the same process as the president? 'Cause if it's the same process as the president, he ain't going anywhere because we don't have the Senate.
Right, right. Well, true, true. But here's the thing, and I think we could talk about like just outside of this guy. I want to talk about the whole scary process of this, the deep state stuff. The deep state, well, the president for one is not a problem. We already know the president can't even pull up his own pants. He's not running it. He's not a threat to anybody. His signature is, but we know he's not the one running it, right? And it's really, you can go into the Congress, the Senate, and clean the entire place out, right? Completely fire everybody. This is why we were talking about term limits, right? And this was an argument when we talked about term limits that I did not consider, and I'm going to share it with you. Term limits are a good thing, but the drawback to term limits are this. You get a new person in there every couple years, right? Who's training that person? Who's bringing them up to speed on the program or what's happening?
Yeah.
That's the deep state. The deep state isn't just the rich politicians. It's all the staff people that have been there for years. They're the ones actually running. Well, that's how it works here. Well, this is, hey, that's how it works here. So you've got deep state all through the system and you just can't pull it. You just can't pull the plug on one bit and they're gone.
Yeah, it's the staffers too, not just.
Yep.
Didn't think about it that way.
Yep. I didn't either. I was sitting there thinking, like, why can't we just term limits? But to be honest with you, there's probably people that have been working in the government as GS 85s or whatever you go up to. I don't know anymore.
15.
That are probably running more than the congressional body, the whole Congress is. Yep. So.
Good point.
Yep. So even term limits, good not. You know what I mean? We saw that whole thing. I don't want to run this one too long, but
I think, well, maybe like term limits. So, anyways, you could get different D's or R's in there too. Yeah, maybe I don't know.
well, like you said, I mean, I think we dropped the DNR. We got a bit better start, right?
Yeah.
But as you just saw in the House speaker thing, like,
That was a debacle.
well, this the funny thing though, right? You get all kinds of perspective from that, but what came from that were the House rules.
Yeah.
That's what that fight was about. And I even my congressman voting for this McCarthy guy, like just hold on, take a breath for a second. Just tell me if this makes sense. The Speaker of the House we just got rid of was a Democrat from California, right? The one we just put in is a Republican from California. Is there any problem with California?
From the city and not from the city.
Well, but is there any problem with California?
Maybe not the part he's from.
Well, my point being is he's a deep stater. He's got deep pockets. He had a lot of control on the primaries and all that stuff. So he's just another establishment guy. And so the only way to fight against that was these rules. So he can still keep getting rich. He can still have his power control. He can keep his little title. He could be all excited, but he doesn't have as much power as he used to.
Nope, not at all.
And that's good. That's a step forward, even though he is an establishment shill and we need to get rid of him too. But I think we gained ground from that debacle. I think that debacle allowed us to gain some ground with the rules and at least head in the right direction. We'll see if it follows through because they're all corrupt
And
anyway.
the funny thing was they didn't nominate anybody to run against them. So,
Well, no, they said that they didn't. Obviously, you had the Democrats had a nomination to run against them, and the Republicans all had different ones, but there was only like 20 of them that had different. They were bringing a couple people in. Even Gates, I think, nominated Donald Trump once. Did you see that?
yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't get any more votes.
No. Yeah. So, but you know that wouldn't happen. I mean, you know that's just even the Republicans think that's a risky bet. You know what I
You
mean?
think?
Especially the establishment Republicans, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but all right, man. We probably beat that to death. If you want to end here, we'll end here because we need to go on. And like I totally forgot like my outro here. Like what am I even saying? It's like, share, subscribe, get involved. If you're a vet, yeah, reach out because we can use you on here because we love to talk with you. And if not, just enjoy the show and whatever. Until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.